Hey guys, I'm here at work in my nice quiet office alone. I've done a couple virtual sessions and everybody's saying that it's much better than they thought, which is kind of true of anxiety, right? It's usually better than we anticipate. So I wanted to talk about panic because I've had a few people in my personal life who are obviously anxious because of what's going on right now and asking me about panic attacks. So that's the tightening in the chest. For some people it's heavy breathing. It can feel very surreal. Sweating, you feel like everybody can notice when really we know most people can't. It's a pretty awful feeling of feeling scared. So 3 tips to deal with panic. The first one is riding the wave. So a little tip that I learned in my CBT course that I took was saying it peaks and passes. It peaks and passes. I know it will end because it does. So you're breathing really deeply and saying it peaks and passes. And even if you want to maybe picture a wave coming up and down, we know that you can swim. You're not going to drown. So staying in it, it peaks and it passes. So number 2 would be to ground yourself. So a lot of people with panic say they feel surreal. They're out of body, looking down at themselves. So a really good grounding technique, a simple one that tons of therapists and mental health professions use, is getting all your senses involved. Taking a deep breath and then naming 5 things that you can see. Gotta look at my paper. 4 things that you can touch. 3 things that you can hear. So right now I can hear my clock ticking. I can hear a little bit of traffic outside. And I can hear my hand a little bit on the page, moving over the letters. So sometimes it gets tricky, but that's a good thing. And I'll tell you why in the next point. 2 things you can smell. You could have fun with that one. And 1 thing you can taste, which can be tricky too, right? So the last one is turning on your thinking brain. So when we're anxious and particularly in a panic mode, we are in our emotional brain. So we have shut off the thinking part and we are right in fight or flight. So basically it's the same feeling as someone has jumped out of a dark corner and is going to attack us. It's the same feeling of there's a bear chasing me. In my Instagram post yesterday, I talked about there's a tiger around every corner. So what it is your brain's done a little glitch and kicked you into overdrive, into fight or flight, probably at a time when you really don't need to be there. So let's get out of the emotion brain and pull in our thinking brain. So a couple of tricks to do that. One is labeling it. So start to think, what am I feeling? Pull it back in. I'm feeling anxious. Oh, this feels surreal. Actually, my fingers feel numb. And maybe even saying this out loud if you're on your own or with someone that you love and someone you're comfortable with. So really starting to label your feelings. This is panic. It peaks and passes. I know this feeling and I'm not dying. It feels like a heart attack, but it's not a heart attack. It's panic. Breathing, so labeling it, just really talking out loud about what's happening to pull in the thinking brain. And then the next way to pull in the thinking brain is to actually do some thinking. So get a puzzle out, start doing some dishes, start distracting with something active, even something like grabbing an ice cube and holding on to that, and then talking about the cold sensation. So those are 3 tips on panic, and then always breath. Always breath, coming back to breath, dropping the shoulders, dropping the jaw, thinking about loosening the chest, and there's a bit of coffee because I'm a mom. So good luck with that and take care.